Welcome back. The seasons provide us with so many fun decorative options for the home.
So we have interior designer Leanne Seibold here with the Green Room to help us incorporate some of those fall colors into our home, because sometimes we take a look at this and you go,
Really?
how do I put that into my home? Those are the colors?
Those are the colors. Yep.
And then I said, I'm going to be honest, I go, ooh, I'm not the biggest fan of those. But
like I was saying before during break here, is there's a way to pull those colors, and we'll kind of walk through within rugs and accessories. There's ways to pull these colors, actually make them work. And here's the other thing about this palette. I'll just grab this from you here for a second. We really don't need to pull every single color by the shade. I kind of like to break the rules, I guess, is what we can say. Like for instance, well, Chris, you're doing a really great example of this airy blue. So granted, it's not necessarily the same exact tone, but it comes from the same color family. And I feel like the pants that I'm wearing today is kind of a combination between our Riverside and between our shark skin. So I always like to find this as maybe an inspiration, but not necessarily as like this is a go-to, you must go follow these rules. So, so these are what they're saying by popular demand for the season of fall, what our colors are. And I guess where I really like to start is by artwork or by a rug. So you might have some existing furnishings that you're working with. Paint colors are always the last thing to go by because those are so very easy to, there's millions of different paint hues. So paint's always the easiest thing. So I always like to start off with something fun. So for instance, this is a fun piece of artwork here. It might be a little springy with the birds and whatnot, but if you look at the colors, we've got a lot of our colors in there. We've got our hues of bodacious. We have our lush meadow. We even have a little bit of this spicy mustard color. So again, we're taking something that's using inspiration from our color palette and finding ways to bring it into our home. And a lot of times with my clients, I have those who like to refresh their decor by the season. And that's not to say that you have to have 4 seasons worth of artwork and rugs and pillows, and then you got to change your colors every so often. But you know, what we like to do is maybe kind of over the years just kind of be collecting things. And there's a lot of crossovers between seasons too. So granted, this might be something that I would have brought into a client's home maybe in spring, but with our fall color palette, I could definitely see this still transitioning and finding those right hues to really pull out an accent, which then in turn, we'll kind of make this look pretty here again, is pulling out a rug. So if you see here, we've got a little bit of this dusty cedar that's again in our Pantone color palette, and look at that. You know, that might not be necessarily your go-to rug color, but then again, if you have the right pieces and you throw in some gray furniture, maybe we even have a little hint of this fun Riverside blue color in our pillows. And look at this. This is wall covering.
What?
This is wall covering. Yep. So it is like a flannel, if you want to feel it. It's like just gives you a little bit.
Gosh. It feels like
I'm picturing a flannel wall, and I'm just.
So
it's something daring though, and it would definitely be one of those talkers. Someone walks into your house, and you'll be like, first of all, touch
my wall. Yep.
It's
like a man's pantsuit. But you know, I've seen more and more wall covering come back, and in the commercial projects that we've done, we've worked with wall covering, vinyl wall covering for so long. And here, I'll just pull this out. This is an option of a vinyl wall covering. That's our close to our potter's clay color.
Oh wow.
Again, this isn't something that needs to be on every single wall, but just the idea of adding a little bit of texture, adding a little bit of color, and it could just be on one wall. It could be on a smaller wall. A lot of times, I'm kind of getting over doing so many different accent colors in homes. Sometimes just that one nice fresh paint color looks really sharp. And imagine if you had walls that were similar to this gray color, or you had walls similar to the potter's clay color. And then you just use this just as a little bit of extra texture instead of completely overwhelming the space.
Yeah.
And then utilizing all of our other colors in artwork and rugs and pillows as your more areas to do a little more pop of color.
Well, and as you said, you don't have to try to use every single color that they say. I mean, you can just kind of pick, your 4 that you like the best or that kind of mesh the best with what you already have in your home.
And I think that works best too, because then again, you can pull different colors for the different seasons. And I think it's going to get so overwhelming in a space if you were to use all those colors. Imagine wearing an outfit that had every single one of those colors. I mean,
That'd be a crazy dress.
I know, everyone would be like, wow, look at that Chris Berg today. He sure got that Pantone.
Look at that.
Yeah,
he
it'd be
knows
a
the word, and now he wore all the colors.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, wall covering is a really great way. Again, I like to use these in just a small little snippet. Since we've got our rugs out here too, there's so many great rugs out there, and we've got this wonderful line, a couple different lines of rugs actually. And what I love about them is there's so many different styles and different threads. Like there's viscose, some have silk, some are wool, some have like this fun little pebbled
things.
texture. Yeah, absolutely. This one's a little bit thinner. So depending on if you are a home with children, you're a home with dogs, or you don't have children or dogs, I mean, there's a little bit of something for everybody. And what I love about these again is, so now we're taking 4 colors again, just like you said, Christy, of what our Pantone colors are. And look, I love this Aurora red. I think there's something just so stunning about this bright red color that pops. Now, I wouldn't necessarily use that as my main option of a color. And there's even a little bit of the spicy mustard too, but it's so downplayed in here.
Right.
But again, you know, that just gives us a little bit of a fun accent. And
yeah,
you know, we could even go with, we have some really pretty leather here. So
I have it. I have it.
Red one.
I have it.
Yeah, see, there's our Aurora red. Now, granted, that might not be for everybody.
Right.
There's a small hint of it now in this rug here again. And maybe you do want to have an accent chair in that red.
Or
So-
this could be a pillow. Have a leather pillow sitting on a
Absolutely.
chair or something. You got a
Absolutely.
dark brown chair, throw a red pillow on it instead of a tan.
You're hired.
Oh,
Look at
nice.
that. Yeah.
Just another job for me to do.
Yep. All in a day's work.
You
Yeah.
know, just comes off my brain.
And here's our fabulous rug catalog we'll just pull out here. But look at how many other options we've got in here. So again, here's another low
I was
pile rug.
eyeing this one up. I love that one.
Yeah, just pulling out, again, something that has a really great pattern or texture to it. And these rugs too, they could just be a smaller rug. It doesn't necessarily, just because you find something that is really loud and jumps out at you, that doesn't mean that you have to have that in your living room as an 8x10.
Right.
It could just be
Your front
runner
hall.
or your front hall.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just a little spice of color. Then look at these going onto furniture. Just got so many fun ideas here. We're just gonna jump from like one thing to the next. These keep sitting in my peripheral vision here. And so again, going back to just a small pop of color, these are all wood finishes that we can put on this awesome line of furniture that we have. The brand is called Norwalk. They're made right here in Norwalk, Ohio. So when I say right here, I don't mean like right here, but in the States. And they've just got a great line of all sorts of fun, fresh colors that you can put on just the legs. So again, you just have a really small hint of color. And you can even then, here's one of their fabrics. They make all these really great pillows. They're feathered down. And look how fun, again, that works with our bird art. And then we could just pull, you know, it doesn't even have to be anything super crazy, but maybe we've got this like spicy mustard color.
Right.
And then we've got this on the rest of the chair. So it just gives it a fun little, kind of like jewelry.
Right.
Just that little accent without being so crazy and so
And then your
obnoxious.
eye too, it's going to go to so many different points in the room instead of just to that one focal piece.
And you know what, that's a really great point. We love doing that. So pulling, whether it's a rug, and then you pull it into the pillows, and then you've got it going back down into the legs, and then it's going back up to the artwork, then just kind of finding a way to just really transition your eye all the way around. It could even be in your curtains too, just to really get your eye to flow around the space, just to pull it all together.
And let's tell people where the green room is and how they can get in touch with you for some design ideas.
Absolutely. They can find us downtown Fargo on 8th Street. We're in this awesome old building, the Dakota Business College. We've got a wonderful showroom. You can find our pillows. You can find artwork. You can come touch rugs. You could do the seat test and come sit in our furniture and come hang out with us.
That's great.
Or find us on Facebook.
Thank you. I'm just gonna keep picking out some paint colors.
Great stuff. Did you
Sounds
paint this yourself?
I did not.
Oh, you
I
just
wish
said
I
you had
could have.
it.
Yeah. No, I can't take the
She
credit for
paints
that.
on her
Yes.
spare time too.
On all the spare time that I have.
Yes.
Yes. I sure wish I
Thanks,
could.
Leanne. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, see as we come back, some Minnesota wild rice egg bake. It looks outstanding. Stick around.